Would I be the a-hole? If I don't give back the $40K my heavily Christian aunt gave to me, since she won't be needing it when the rapture comes? For those of who are unaware, there's a faction of Christians out there who believe that the rapture is going to happen on Tuesday. My aunt is one of those people, and she has been going around, telling everybody how people will float into the sky and whatnot. I'm queer, and agnostic, and while I was raised loosely Christian, I haven't identified with a religion since I was in 5th grade. Most of my family on my mother's side except for my aunt are Christian, but not particularly devout, and certainly not as much as her, nor do they believe in the rapture. She apparently became very involved in the religion at some point in college. Basically my entire life, I have been ridiculed by my aunt for being queer, since I came out at a young age. Most of my family was very kind, accepting and understanding, except for her. I spent every family gathering getting basically cornered, bullied, harassed, called slurs and preached at by a grown woman for my sexuality. It got to the point that my mother had to have several sit-down conversations with her to essentially tell her to quit harassing me. This endured for a long time, and while my parents would always tell her to knock it off, she never would. But one day my mother seriously put her foot down against her. She made it clear that my family accepted me, and if she wouldn't tone it down, she would no longer be welcome in our home or around me. During this conversation my aunt allegedly called my family bad Christians for not sending me to conversion therapy, and that they would regret not making me repent once the rapture was upon us. But, that was a few years ago, and ever since then I mostly just get sideways glances from her at family events, and the occasional Bible verse text from her, which I can manage. I am now an adult, 19 and in college, and I was recently contacted by my aunt to meet up with her for lunch. I assumed that maybe she had a change of heart and wanted to apologize for how she treated me. This was not the case. When we met up she essentially went on a long-winded spiel about how she pities me and feels so sorry that I never repented, and how I, and the rest of my family, will be left behind because we never fully gave our lives to Christ. At the end of her monologue she pulled out a stack of cash, all in $100 bills, and handed it to me telling me that she wanted to give away her savings to those less fortunate, since she wouldn't be needing it when the rapture comes and delivers her to the Lord. I tried to talk her out of it, but she insisted, and practically forced the money into my hands, before abruptly walking away. I counted it when I got home, and it was slightly over $40K in cash. Here's where I think I would be the when the rapture inevitably doesn't happen, I have no plans of giving the money back to her. I know she's been going through some kind of long-enduring religious psychosis, but I could honestly really use this type of cash to put me through college and handle other expenses, and she gave it to me willingly. Would I be the a-hole if I didn't give her back the money when the rapture doesn't happen? Edit. My parents are now aware of this because she apparently decided to try to gift my younger sister a car, her relatively new, nice Ford Bronco. I told my parents about the money, and my mother, who is also Christian, told me that it would be the most ethical thing to do if I gave it back to her, and that I need to be empathetic to the struggles she's clearly going through. My dad, however, thinks that if she was stupid enough to give away her life savings on a whim, the money is better off going towards my education anyways. I'm still torn. Update. Just wanted to clarify a few things. I am a bisexual woman. A few people here thought I was a man. I have no idea why she would want to give me, of all people, the money. I'm just as confused as the rest of you. From what I grasped, it seemed as though it was some final act of kindness towards somebody she takes great pity on. I don't know LMFAO. As a few of you said, I should probably leave some kind of trail to prove this was freely given and I didn't steal from her so there's no legal repercussions, should I choose to keep it. I'm still not sold on any course of action yet, especially because it's not Wednesday yet, so I sent her an email thanking her for the gift and reiterating that I did not originally want it, but it was just oh so very gracious of her to give money to a poor sinner like me. I don't want to take advantage of the mentally ill, but the selfish part of me sees this as reparations for all the torment I endured when I was younger. I've heard a few people say to invest the money instead of immediately putting it towards college, and if I keep it, that will definitely be considered. I don't expect to update again until the rapture is past, but I will update once that rolls around. Mini edit, doing my own research on the current rapture craze going on, they think the rapture will happen either Tuesday 23rd or Wed 24th, so I will update on Thursday. Final update. Hi all, it's Thursday, so as promised, here's the update everyone wanted, and I will make it brief. No, my aunt did not get raptured. No, I will not be keeping the money, which I know will upset some of you. No, my sister did not get to keep the car, as I know some people were wondering. Essentially, as a lot of you predicted, once the rapture didn't happen, my aunt kept moving the goalpost. It went from happening on Tuesday, to happening Wednesday because it's still Tuesday for some parts of the world, to happening sometime this month. I decided not to keep the money, and it's not for any of the reasons I initially thought it would be. Trying to give me money and giving my sister a car were not the only things that she did because she thought the rapture was coming. She quit her job as well, and I found out just this morning she also allegedly confessed to her husband that she was having an affair with her co-worker/fellow churchgoer. She works in admin for a megachurch in our area. I think the reason she was doing all of this was to get right with God before the rapture? Buy her way into heaven and have no secrets laying on her chest? I can't pretend to understand the logic of somebody that's a rapture believer. And since, the rapture did not happen, her husband wants to file for divorce. I'm not particularly worried about her job, working for the church and all. I'm pretty convinced they will take her back without a fuss because of how enshrined she was in the community. But 1. I read a lot of your comments, and I don't want to prove her right about how wicked queer people and agnostics/atheists are by keeping it, and 2. She will definitely need it for her upcoming legal fees. I'm unsure if this is her entire life savings, but regardless, after letting my emotions cool a bit, I know I wouldn't feel right to keep it. Regardless, my mom approved of my decision. My dad was a bit disappointed, but mostly because he was excited to potentially not have to spend any more money on me for college Lamau. Oh, and she has not explicitly asked for it back yet. I imagine it's because everything that's gone on has her feeling defeated or just generally in a low place. But, even if she doesn't, I plan on giving it back to her when I can. I'm a full-time student with a part-time job. I don't have a whole lot of free time, but I'll find a way to get it to her. Yeah, sorry this isn't the update I know a lot of people wanted. If anyone says they want to hear about the conversation when I give her the money, I'll make that update, but if not, this will likely be the last time I update this post. Thank you everybody for all your advice. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel Relationship Drama Stories.